To be honest, I always remind my children that life is about making choices, whether for love, grace, compassion, or any of the many other options available. However, things still need to be more complex regarding Twitch's family. His widow, Allison, has deliberately kept her kids away from Twitch's relatives. Why? Since Twitch's untimely death, it seems that Allison and his family have had a tense relationship. Since their father's passing, the children have just recently visited that side of the family. Is it even possible? There is much to absorb here, so let me break it down for you. A few days ago, Zia, Twitch's youngest daughter, had her 5th birthday. This is the most recent development. Twitch's brother, Dre, celebrated the milestone by posting a family picture of himself with Zia and her brother MX and a touching birthday greeting. "Baby girl Z, the big 5 is already here," was his heartfelt statement. "Every minute spent with you is precious, yet time flies. Your gorgeous, pure nature brightens every space, and seeing you develop into such a remarkable little lady has been a pleasure. Keep in mind that your father and your ancestors are proud and lovingly guarding you at all times. Seeing your perseverance, curiosity, and sweet little grin is a delight. Uncle D loves you and is eager to see your incredible accomplishments. Keep glowing, Z, my love." Isn't it the cutest thing ever? Connie, Zia's grandma, also sent a loving note for Zia's special day. "Happy 5th birthday to our sweet little Zia." She said on social media, "I wish you the most beautiful day possible. I know that your father is beaming down upon you today and enveloping you in happiness and love." Zia received abundant love and good wishes from fans in the comment sections. Even when messages like "Happy birthday, sweet girl" flooded in, some people could not ignore the tension. "Grandma, please be honest in your captions" was one particularly noteworthy response. This was a subtle but direct reference to the well-known fact that Allison has been housing Twitch's family's children. The whole thing is quite complicated and stressful. Allison may believe she is acting in her children's best interest and defending them. On the other hand, is it appropriate to exclude Twitch's family from the children's lives, particularly when they are also mourning the deaths of their father, brother, and son? Here there is a complex solution. Grief, healing, and family relationships are all highly personal and are handled differently by each individual. However, it does bring up a crucial point. Is Allison right to keep the children away, or should she make room for reconciliation? What are your thoughts? Is Allison doing what's best for the kids, or should she emphasize getting them back in touch with their father's side of the family? There's always more to the tale, so please leave your opinions in the comments section and keep checking back. Talk about how their mother is preventing them from seeing each other. When the children grow up and read your Instagram profile, they will need to know that you and your family have done all in your power to stay in their lives, but their mother has steadfastly refused. Many followers have also shown support for Dre's statement, asking if the picture with the kids was recent as they cheered him on for being able to see his niece and nephew. Dre responded to the comments by saying, "Yes, got to spend some time for the first time since December 2022. Like this is the first time they got to spend time together since Twitch died. I mean, that's crazy." And for those who recall, Twitch's brother Dre had already previously said that Allison was preventing them from seeing the kid. What happened was that last year in August, and this was 8 months after Twitch passed, Dre claimed that since his brother passed, his side of the family has been denied access to the children. He actually took to Instagram to say that his mother and grandparents were trying to process Twitch's death, but that they had been disrespected and alienated from family affairs. Then, without explicitly naming their mother, Dre said his late brother's 3 children had had noticeably limited interactions with their grandmother and the wider family, adding, "Over the past months, we have observed a series of actions and attitudes that in our perspective do not foster an environment conducive to healing, unity." This refers to the treatment of our beloved mother and family, which has caused us significant distress. Notably, it seems to stem from the fact that the family did not agree with the original terms of the day you presented the family design. It's deeply concerning to notice how my deceased brother's children have been drawn into the complexities of adult disputes, effectively being weaponized in the process. Well, first of all, the formality in the letter only proved that when was writing it, he was angry, and it's crazy that Allison was not letting the family see the kids because of some dad that they were not on board with, which makes me wonder what exactly was stipulated in the NDA, and why was she forcing them to sign it, even going as far as withholding the kids because they refused to sign. It's depressing that the children's interactions with their grandmother and the wider family have been noticeably limited. Our sincere intention is to create a loving environment for them during this difficult time, but it's essential to keep in mind that they are also grieving and require a safe, neutral space to process their loss. I don't know, guys, but in his letter, Dre also stated, second, there has been silence in response to our attempts to clear up misconceptions and promote a friendly relationship. We have sensed an overall lack of respect and consideration towards our mother, who is also grappling with the loss of her son. Her deep sorrow is only amplified when she is alienated from family matters, which she has every right to be involved in. He concluded the letter by saying, if you truly value our family's bonds, you would understand the profound impact on his grandparents, who are grieving the loss of their first grandchild, withholding their access to cherished memories during their older years. This adds to the psychological burden we're all carrying right now. Our appeal is not intended to point blame but to foster a harmonious environment where our family can mourn and eventually heal together. It is my hope we can move past this phase and work together in honoring my brother's memory. Our actions should reflect the values he held dear: love, respect, and unity. And get this, according to a caption accompanying the note, the dispute had been ongoing and the statement had been written 4 months before it was published. He said, around 4 months ago, I wrote the above messages as a form of therapy. I decided not to send it then. Being diplomatic didn't bring the desired outcome. Now I chose to take an alternative approach and express myself sincerely. I mean, it's strange that Allison was intentionally keeping the kids from tWitch's family, right? That really made a lot of people wonder if everything was being said about her was true. Now, allegedly, all these problems the family was having were not just about Allison presenting the family with a day or keeping the kids away. Allegedly, tWitch's mother also had a problem with how Allison chose to take control of everything that belonged to tWitch. The thing is, tWitch didn't have a will at the time of his passing is very odd in and of itself. Additionally, even though his wife was legally entitled to half of their joint estate under California law, Allison still had to submit a petition to establish her marriage to tWitch. She did that, and Allison stated in her filing that her husband had nothing of value when they were married in 2013, and that all of their assets had been acquired through their combined hard work and efforts. The judge gave her half of his belongings, and she now owns half of his earnings from his Goldman Sachs investment account and royalties from Cast and Crew Production Services, Disney Worldwide Services, and G Talent Services. She was also given half his interest in his 100% ownership of Stephen Boss Productions. However, don't you think it's strange that tWitch didn't have a will and that his mother allegedly disapproved of Allison's actions regarding his assets? For starters, as soon as the news of his death went public, Allison said in the statement that Stephen lit up every room he stepped into. He valued family, friends, and community above all else, and leading with love and light was everything to him. He was the backbone of our family, the best husband and father, and an inspiration to his fans. To say that he left a legacy would be an understatement, and his positive impact will continue to be felt. Allison was able to get everything she wanted. Still, it seems that the family had a different idea about how the assets should have been divided, which caused them to become even more estranged and prevented them from seeing the children. Afterward, Allison shared a message with her spouse to clarify her remarks. Stephen, we love you, we miss you, and I will always save the last dance for you. Now, many people were saying that the fact that Allison released a statement as soon as the death went public was quite sus, and that's not the only thing that was strange at the time. Others also speculated that there were things happening behind the scenes in their marriage, even though they seemed perfect on social media. In addition, when tWitch passed, it was reported that he left a note behind, and although investigators who found the note did not specify exactly what it read, the LAPD confirmed he cited past challenges. He was still struggling with something else that people found a bit strange was that when Allison noticed that tWitch was not home, instead of calling the police, she went to them like she already knew something bad had happened. Then there was a follow-up video she posted months later, which a lot of people found emotionless. Well, she deleted the video, maybe because of the backlash she was getting, but not so long after that, Allison also did a whole media tour. Again, people said that there was just something really weird going on with her. Stephen was an incredible father and incredible husband, and we shared in something so special. Like, our love was so real, and it was so loud and beautiful. I tell people, like, get our house, it was like it was a choreographed dance. It was a beautiful routine, and everyone molded together, and there was so much laughter and love and so many amazing memories created. And he was a family man, and he loved taking care of everyone and protecting everyone, and you can still feel that love in our home. He's with us, he's in our hearts, he's watching over us from the stars, and our home still feels like that safe place. Because I know he is still with us and here protecting us. We also had people saying that Allison is the one who pushed Twitch into being an influencer, constantly posting videos where they looked happy, and eventually Twitch couldn't handle it anymore. And let's also not forget how things took another turn when Allison debuted her new relationship online, especially after she said that she feels extremely happy, supported, seen, understood, and fully loved. Guys, we're just like, weren't you fully loved before? And understood and seen, and then to find out that she was not even letting Twitch's family see the kids until now, I'm not sure, but others are claiming that something is still strange about Twitch's demise, but they just can't figure it out. What do you think? Do you see how things still need to line up? Please tell me what you believe is happening in the comments area below.